Good morning, students. Our topic will be continued. Acids, bases, and salts. Acids can be divided into three types based on the basicity of acid. What is meant by basicity of acid? The number of H plus ions given by one molecule of an acid when it is dissolved in water is called as basicity of acid. For examples, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid. These acids dissolve in water to give number of H plus ions. First one, hydrochloric acid dissolve in water to give 1 H plus ion. Sulfuric acid dissolve in water to give 2 H plus ions. Phosphoric acid dissolve in water to give 3 H plus ions. Now these acids can be divided into three types based on the basicity of acid. First one is monobasic acid. Monobasic acid is nothing but an acid which can dissolve in water to give 1 H plus ions is called as monobasic acid. Examples: hydrochloric acid, hydroiodic acid, hydrofluoric acid, nitric acid. Hydrochloric acid dissolve in water to give 1 H plus ions. Hydroiodic also dissolve in water to give 1 H plus ion. Hydrofluoric acid dissolve in water to give 1 H plus ion. Nitric acid dissolve in water to give 1 H plus ion. These all acids dissolve in water to give 1 H plus ion. So that's why we are calling monobasic acids. Next, second one is dibasic acid. Di means 2. An acid which can dissolve in water to give 2 H plus ions is called as dibasic acid. For example, sulfuric acid, sulfurous acid, carbonic acid. Sulfuric acid dissolve in water to give 2 H plus ions. Sulfurous acid dissolve in water to give 2 H plus ions. Carbonic acid dissolve in water to give 2 H plus ions. These all acids dissolve in water to give 2 H plus ions. That's what we are calling dibasic acid. Next, third one is tribasic acid. Tri means 3. An acid which can dissolve in water to give 3 H plus ions is called as tribasic acid. For example of tribasic acid, phosphoric acid and phosphorus acid. These three dissolve in water to give 3H plus ions. This is all example of tribasic acid. Next, acids again can be divided into two types based on the evaporation. Volatile acid, non-volatile acid. What is meant by volatile acid? The acid which can easily evaporated is called as volatile acid. For example, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid are example of volatile acids. Second one is non-volatile acid. An acid which cannot easily evaporated is called as non-volatile acid. Example is sulfuric acid. Next, then go to preparation of acids. How to prepare acids? The acids which can prepared from non-metal oxides. How you can prepare the non-metal oxides? Non-metals react with oxygen to form non-metal oxides. Example, sulfur react with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. Phosphorus react with oxygen to form phosphorus pentoxide. Nitrogen react with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide. Carbon react with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. These all are example of preparation of non-metal oxides. What is the nature of non-metal oxides? Non-metal oxides have acidic nature. These non-metal oxides react with water to form acids. Carbon dioxide dissolved in water to give carbonic acid. Sulfur dioxide dissolved in water to give sulfurous acid. Sulfur trioxide dissolved in water to give sulfuric acid. Phosphorus pentoxide react with water to form phosphoric acid. Next, nitrogen dioxide react with water to form nitric acid and nitrous acid. This is preparation of acids. Next, the properties of acids. So the properties of acids can be divided into two types: physical properties and chemical properties. Now we discuss about physical properties of acids. Point number 1. All acids have sour taste. We know that when you take tamarind, touch with your tongue, how do you feel? Sour. So why it has sour taste? Because of the acid present in tamarind. Name the acid present in tamarind. Tartaric acid. Point number 2. Acids have burning nature. Take a little amount of concentrated acid, fall on the hand, it corrode easily skin. So that's why all acids having burning nature. Third one is acids have soluble nature in water. All acids are easily soluble in water. Next, fourth one. Test with the litmus paper. Litmus paper again divided into two types: blue litmus paper, red litmus paper. These two papers we can use the identification of acids. Take a little activity. So test with the litmus paper. Take a small test tube. Test tube hold with the help of test tube holder. Then take blue litmus paper. This is blue litmus paper. This litmus paper dipped into the acidic medium, it becomes to red color. Check it. So blue litmus paper becomes to red litmus paper because it is acid. Next, take red litmus paper, dip it into the acid solution. Does not change any color. Blue litmus paper in acidic medium changes blue to red. Red litmus paper in acidic medium no change. Next, another point, identify the acid, test with the methyl orange indicator. Take small test tube, fill with some amount of acid. This test tube hold with the help of the test tube holder. Then add a little amount of methyl orange indicator. After it becomes to red color. Methyl orange indicator in acidic medium gives red color. Methyl orange indicator, acidic medium, red color. Next, test with the phenolphthalein indicator. Take small test tube. It holds with the help of the test tube holder. Add a few drops of phenolphthalein indicator. Is there any changes? No changes. That's why phenolphthalein indicator no change in acidic medium. So this is the physical properties of acid.